Back-to-back W's for the Toronto Blue Jays. My goodness, a 3-0 win today at Rogers Center. And the Blue Jays have now won the first two games of this three-game set against the Seattle Mariners. At the very worst, they're getting the series win. Now, obviously, we all know when you win the first two games of a series, you know what you want to get in that third game. You want that W, you want the sweep, right? But let's break down this ball game. And, as much as we talked about yesterday, the clutch hits they got, they scored a six-piece. With Logan Gilbert on the mound, I kind of had a feeling that they might not get crazy offense, and that was true. However, a god-awful misplay from Steven Souza Jr. in right field benefits the Jays and gives us all our runs in the bottom of the second inning as George Springer comes up and he inside-outs a pitch to right field, and it's a little flare. Souza's coming running in, and he dives for it. It looks to me, if you watch the replay, I could be wrong with this. I'll have to watch it again, but it looks like if he was angled, if he was more to his left, he would have had this ball. But he reached so far to his left and missed it. I'm like, man, that was a horrendous route to the baseball. And with two out and the bases loaded, it drops in. But if you dive as a fielder and you miss it, this is going by you. And in comes Espinal, in comes Chapman, in comes Alejandro Kirk. And the Blue Jays lead it 3-0 on the bases clearing triple from George Springer. And the head first slide into third base after they missed the cutoff, man. I mean, that was ugly defensively from the Mariners there. And the Jays led it 3-0 there with Jose Berrios on the mound. And a lot of talk about Berrios is he has not found his stuff this year. He had a stretch there where it looks like he was getting better and better. But his last start wasn't as good statistically. Tonight he was good. He was really good. You go to that second inning. I believe it was the top half of the second inning where they had the bases loaded in one out. But he gets the chopper to third, and I know Matt Chapman's bat is not hot. We know that. And we don't know if it's going to get hot or when it's going to get hot. But what we do know, and yes, he made that defensive blunder a few days ago with Alek Manoah on the mound. But man, oh man, did he have a good defensive game, did Matt Chapman. I mean, on that play specifically, in the top of the second inning, it's a chopper to third, and if you've ever played the infield, you know that an in-between hop is so tough to judge because you got to judge it so fast. And I'm like, should I stay back and wait on it, or should I charge it? Well, he knows there's only one out, and the base is loaded. So if he stays back on it, the odds you get in the double play are pretty slim, and you're only going to get the one out, and they're going to take the 1-0 lead. But instead, Matt Chapman comes at it, smothers the ball, gets it in his glove, quick transfer to second, Espinal on the first. They get the double play to end the inning. An incredible defensive play from Matt Chapman. And the Jays, at least at that point, was deadlocked 0-0. And what happens in that next half inning? George Springer with the bases clearing triple. Pitching and defense, it's magical. It really is when it works hand in hand. How did the Jays score their runs today? Well, awful defense. Right? There was two out. And worst case scenario, if you can't make the dive, let it drop in and get one run home, right? The Jays it would have been two runs because the Jays were running on the pitch. So they would have gotten two instead of three, which, he didn't score anything, so it doesn't really matter. But after those three runs, I thought, okay, maybe the Jays' legs are going to get going offensively against Logan Gilbert, but it didn't. Nothing really took off. They had a few guys on base, but really not a whole lot of offense today. 6 hits total for the Jays. Did strike out 10 times. His stuff is nasty. His stuff is absolute filthy. And who knows what would have happened if Steven Souza made that catch. Who knows? All I know is that they were great, but Jose Berrios, let's talk about him. Because this you could probably say was his best start of the season. There were a few different times in this game where he got some big-time double plays. You go to that top half of the 7th inning where pitch count was light. He was in the low 80s in the 7th inning. You're feeling pretty good. You got a guy on base, right, with nobody out. Gets the ground ball to Chapman, spin it, double play, and you got two out, and he just breathes a sigh of relief at that point. And Jose Berrios gives you 7 strong. Now, didn't have the strikeout stuff today, which he hasn't really had a lot of that this season, but 7 innings, only allowed the 6 hits, 4 Ks, walked a couple dudes. But overall, I thought Berrios was really good, making a lot of quality pitches. His slider had a lot of bite to it today. His fastball had a lot of life. And then we go 6 innings and no run ball. Great job from Berrios. His confidence definitely went up. And people who love looking at the ERA stat, it's under 5 now. So it's getting there for Berrios. You got to expect him to come back to his career averages at some point, right? He wasn't going to stay in the 5s and 6s. That's not who he is. And it was bound to come back eventually, and he's starting to find that groove again. But then, in the top half of the 8th, Berrios goes back out there. And then the first 2 base runners reach, and now we're like, okay, well, now the time runs at the plate. Nobody out here. In comes David Phelps, the veteran who's been a reliable guy for this team so far this year. And he goes out there and goes 1, 2, 3. No batters leave any of the bases because at first and second. They went to the dugout from first and second. Incredible job from David Phelps. Just smothering any opportunity they had to get that back in that game in that inning. And goes in the inning, gets a strikeout, no hits, no walks, no runs. An incredible job for David Phelps in that 8th inning. And then with Jordan Romano still not feeling 100%, Adam Simber goes out there in the 9th. And it's good to see because he had a 3-0 lead, the largest save you can possibly have. He went an inning, no hits, no walks, no runs, no strikeouts. Just a clean job for Adam Simber. Picks up his 2nd save on the year. And the Blue Jays win it, by a score of 3-0. And how did it end the ball game? By Matt Chapman, nice play, right? He goes to his left in the hole, grabs it, spins, fires on the money right to the chest of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I mean, cash money for Matt Chapman at third base. Offensively, he ain't there yet. It's pretty evident. But defensively, he's a wizard to watch. He'll make a mistake here and there. He's human. But it seems to me that he's able to bounce back pretty quickly, and a great job by Chapman today. Now, the Blue Jays have an opportunity tomorrow to do something they haven't done all season long yet. Sweep a series. And people are going to be like, well, you said it. Well, remember the last time I didn't say it? They didn't sweep a series. So, I'm going to say it this time. Marco Gonzalez gets the ball for the Mariners in the finale versus Kevin Gausman tomorrow night. It's a 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center as the Blue Jays look to sweep the series and just get their winning mojo. Obviously, this is a 6-game homestand they're on right now. Tomorrow is game 3 of that. So if you can sweep it, you're guaranteed at least a 500 homestand, which is, not what you want. But it's a step in the right direction for this team. And hey, they're sitting now at 20-17. It's still so early in the year. They're still not there offensively, and we're still kind of waiting for guys like Teo to get hot, the extra base pop from Vladdy, the extra base pop from Bo, even though he had a bomb yesterday. George Springer's just kind of been doing this thing this year. It's been really fun to watch. And, Alejandro Kirk's starting to swing the bat a lot better now. Espinal's been a machine all season. Your big guys, Bo, Vladdy, and Teo, and even Gurriel as well. They haven't found their groove. And you can throw Matt Chapman into that mix as well. None of them have found their groove yet. And the fact that the Jays are 20-17, having none of those guys in their groove that we're so accustomed to, is quite wild. And it tells me that once these guys get into their groove, once one guy gets hot, maybe a chain reaction for these guys, and the team might be unstoppable. So tread water as long as possible. Pick up W's where you can, as they are right now. And once this team gets hot offensively, because it's bound to happen, it might be crazy. Because this pitching staff, we talked about, Gausman's been unbelievable this year. Manoah's been incredible this year. With Berrios just going 7 shutout innings. And we can't forget Kikuchi doing an incredible job in his last outing yesterday. And then the fact that Kikuchi's faced literally every big team. He's not faced a soft team. I guess you can say Seattle's a soft team, but that was arguably his first one. He's played like the Yankees twice, the Astros once or twice. It's just incredible. The Red Sox, the Rays, he's just been getting everything. And his numbers still aren't bad. So the Blue Jays pitching staff is in good shape. We all know it's the offense. All right, Jays fans, you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the W tonight, smack that like button. I appreciate the hit subscribe button. If you guys have not already, comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Twitter link is down below, so follow, send me, give me like great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Nation, tomorrow night. My first baseball game of the season is tomorrow night at 7, actually. So I don't know exactly when the video will be uploaded for you guys, but I will do my very best to get it uploaded as quick as possible tomorrow, but it will be uploaded tomorrow. I can guarantee you that. All right. So you know what, guys? Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.